Kash Patel is reportedly expected to visit Moscow in mid-October, a rare high-level U.S. Russia contact amid the Ukraine war. FBI Director Kash Patel's reported Russia trip has drawn attention as Washington and Moscow remain deeply divided over Ukraine. Questions are mounting over the purpose of Patel's reported Moscow visit as U.S. Russia tensions remain high. Reports say Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, is expected to host Patel during his visit, though the agenda remains unclear. FBI Director Kash Patel is expected to visit Russia in mid-October, according to a report by Politico. A U.S. official said Patel is expected to travel to Moscow and St. Petersburg on October the 14th and 15th for the reported visit. The trip is expected to be hosted by Russia's Federal Security Service, though the purpose of the visit remains unclear. The reported visit follows earlier diplomatic efforts by Trump envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who met Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss the war in Ukraine. Those talks reportedly failed after Moscow maintained its demand that Ukraine surrender territory currently occupied by Russian forces. Kyiv rejected those conditions, insisting it would not cede control of the Donbass region or accept Moscow's territorial demands. Since then, Ukraine has stepped up strikes targeting Russia's so-called shadow fleet and energy infrastructure supporting Moscow's war effort. Commander Robert Brovdi claimed Ukrainian forces struck 7 vessels linked to Russia's shadow fleet during overnight operations. Brovdi also said Ukrainian units targeted 7 energy facilities in Crimea along with several other military-related objectives. Vladimir Putin personally reviewed Crimea's defenses on July 20th, even as Ukraine was simultaneously expanding what has become its biggest and most ambitious drone campaign of the entire war. On that same day, Putin received a detailed personal briefing on regional security and energy protection efforts directly from the governor of Zaporizhia. Governor Yevgeny Balitsky assured Putin during this briefing that all energy facilities across the Zaporizhia region remain fully under control despite ongoing Ukrainian attacks. Balitsky described the situation in Enerhodar as difficult but controlled, noting that the region's power block is actively working to protect the city despite ongoing challenges. The governor went on to declare that the strategically vital R-280 Novorossiya highway is now under complete and full Russian military control. This critical highway physically links the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don all the way to Crimea, passing directly through territories Russia has only recently come to hold.
First and foremost, I would like to report on the socio-economic situation in the Zaporizhia region, particularly regarding the economy. And of course, the most pressing issue is the city of nuclear workers, Enerhodar. A difficult situation has arisen, but it is entirely under control. The enemy is currently making no headway on the front line. Perhaps I'll use a term not befitting parliamentary language. The enemy is tormenting the civilian population, destroying infrastructure, striking pharmacies and targeting settlements vital to daily life and essential services. The armed forces are taking every measure to resolve the situation today. Of course, there are no universal means, unfortunately, to counter unmanned aerial vehicles at present. None exist anywhere in the world. But the Russian Guard, the armed forces, the administration, the entire security apparatus, everyone understands the challenges currently facing Enerhodar, the city of nuclear power engineers. Unfortunately, the chief engineer of the nuclear power station, Alexander Alexandrovich, was recently killed, as I reported to you. We are focused on this and will be asking for support in this matter so that the population can fully feel our support, your support first and foremost, and the protection already provided by the armed forces of the Russian Federation. All energy facilities have been brought under control. The R-280 road, which supplies Crimea, is now under full control. And I can say, to the credit of the military first and foremost, that the effectiveness of Ukrainian drones has fallen significantly. It must also be said that the equipment being used is constantly being improved. We have new methods in use, and the armed forces are deploying new equipment. On your instructions, the road has been placed under special surveillance. And as of today, all the tasks before us, as well as the objectives of the special military operation, will be accomplished.
Meanwhile, Ukraine claimed that its drones successfully struck 7 vessels belonging to Russia's so-called Shadow Fleet on that very same day, July 20th. Commander Robert Magyar Bravdi confirmed that 3 oil tankers and 4 dry cargo ships were among the vessels hit during this coordinated strike. Bravdi explained that these strikes across both the Black Sea and the Azov Sea form part of a larger, ongoing operation codenamed Molochka. The operation's name is actually a Ukrainian acronym translating to Moscow will fall because of Crimea, reflecting its clear underlying strategic objective. Bravdi also reported that 7 separate energy facilities and substations across occupied Crimea were struck as part of the same expanding operation. These attacks reportedly targeted specific substations located in Yalta, Morsk, Privetin and Lukist, spreading damage across multiple points on the peninsula. According to Bravdi, a total of 103 Russian energy facilities have now been targeted by Ukrainian forces since the start of this campaign in early July.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.